Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Big Time Talkers. I am Brock Gorton.
I'm Tommy Haley coming in from my house. I'm calling in right now because we couldn't really find a good time to get together, so I just decided, why not just call in?
It's a good reason to. Tommy, it's been a busy week in the world of sports. What better way to get started than baseball? Tommy, the wild card is coming down to the wire in both divisions, both leagues. We have a new leader since we talked last week. We have a new leader in the AL for the top wild card spot. Team that's pretty much come out of nowhere.
Actually, Toronto does not have a game up on both Boston and New York, so it's almost like a three-way tie.
That's still a new top team.
Yeah, we have a new second place team right now in the National League.
Yes, we do.
This is the St. Louis Cardinals that have that second spot right now.
Unfortunately.
For the National League, it's just jockeying position to see who gets that second wild card spot because, the Dodgers have it, locked up.
Oh, very much so. I wouldn't be surprised if the Dodgers claim their playoff spot here.
No, it wouldn't surprise me either. But on the A side, it's just a three-team race. Almost, I would say 3 or 4 team race, maybe.
In the AL side?
Yes, on the AL side.
I would throw a fourth team in there.
I said 3 or 4.
Well, actually, I'd say 5. Oakland's only a half game behind Seattle.
True, but they're 3 games out of a spot.
Yeah.
Yeah, so right now it's Toronto, New York, and Boston all trying to get that first and second spot.
Yeah, it is truly something else right now.
It is stupidly close, and I love it.
Oh, it is probably the best thing that we've had for baseball in a long time. We might get a game 163.
Oh, we are getting a game 163. We have to. There's no way we cannot get a game 163.
Especially from the NL, because St. Louis only has a half game lead on the Reds, and the Padres are only a game back as well.
Yeah, by the way, on that thing, as of the day we're recording this, San Francisco and the Dodgers have already clinched their playoff berth.
That's just wild, man.
Crazy. No one on the AL side has clinched the playoff berth yet, which I find very surprising.
Tampa Bay will clinch it here shortly.
Probably, yeah. I don't know what their magic number is.
Well, they're 9 games up on the other teams in their division.
Yeah, well, they're 5.5 up in the AL, AL on Houston.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's going to be very interesting these next few weeks.
It very much is. I am quite excited for it. Your other division leaders in baseball right now, Tampa Bay, as we mentioned, is 9 up on the 3 teams that are trailing them, and 43.5 games up on the Baltimore Orioles.
Wait, hold on. Are you serious? Wait, there's that many games up on Baltimore?
43.5.
Holy shit, yes they are.
90 wins for Tampa Bay, 46 for Baltimore.
Oh my god.
In the AL Central, the Chicago White Sox have a 12.5 game lead on the next closest team. Tommy, the Royals are only 17 back. They have not been eliminated from the playoffs.
I just tried that astounding that they haven't been eliminated from the playoffs yet.
Well, In the AL West, the Houston Astros have a 6.5 game lead on the Mariners, and a 7 game lead on the Athletics, and a 30 game lead on the Texas Rangers, who they lost to last night.
I'm surprised if they lost to last night.
Over on the National League side, the Atlanta Braves are 4.5 up on the Phillies, 5.5 on the Mets. In the Central, the Milwaukee Brewers are 13 up on the Cardinals, 14 up on the Reds, 23 on the Cubs, and 35.5 on the Pirates. In the murder division, the Giants lead the Dodgers by 2.5 games, lead the Padres by 20.5, lead Colorado by 28, and lead the Arizona Diamondbacks by 48 games.
I had to read that number correctly. I'm like, not that many games on Arizona. I'm like,
Yep, they are. It is
odd.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Toronto, New York, and Boston are all tied for the wild card spot, with Seattle 3 games back, Oakland 3.5. That's pretty much the only ones with any chance. Cleveland is 10 back, and the Angels are 10.5. Detroit is 12, and the Kansas City Royals are 14.5 games back.
They're not going to the playoffs. I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, I know. I'm just saying, throwing that in there. The Dodgers are 17 games up on the Cardinals. My Cincinnati Reds are half a game back. Half a game back. The Padres are a game back.
Yeah,
Phillies.
By the way, if they need to get that second wild card spot, they need to win them. They need to win their next 6 games.
Yeah, something like that. Padres are a game back. Phillies are 3 back, and the Mets are 4 games back.
I think it's just polling position for the NL. I mean, it's very close between St. Louis, Cincinnati, San Diego. If Philly makes a run, they could do it. Maybe New York as well. But I'm more interested on the AL side than the American League side than the National League side.
It is truly something right now in the AL, and they're all from the same division.
I also like how we kind of semi-predicted this would happen.
I said that the Blue Jays were going to make a run, yeah.
Like we semi-predicted this was going to happen. By the way, we do not own any magic crystal balls or a magic 8 ball that made this happen. This was just pure coincidence that we just kind of semi-predicted this.
And remember, Seattle still has to play the Yankees and the Red Sox this year.
Yeah. Yes, they do.
Right? I think that's still coming up. I'm checking their schedule. No, they just got done playing a series with the Red Sox. Or no, they're playing it right now.
Seattle has one more game today against Boston. And they come to Kauffman, and then they're in Oakland for 4 games, in Anaheim for 3. Oakland comes to Seattle for 3 games, and then they finish the season at home against the Halos.
Yep. Oh, yeah. By the way, Tommy has a horrible his allergies are whipping his ass today.
Yeah, yesterday was very bad. If we were recording the podcast the other day, you would have heard just sniffing. So if it sounds like I step away from it, it's me just trying to sniff out this damn allergies. I mean, I feel fine right now.
The most expensive game that the Mariners play, ticket-wise, is Saturday against the Royals.
Are you serious?
$17.
Is that where we sit?
I don't know. You can get tickets for the Boston game right now in Seattle for $9.
Would you wait, I mean, it's going to be more if we book flights to that game.
$3 in Los Angeles and $5 and $6 at Oakland.
Speaking of teams in Anaheim, Brock, we got to talk about this AL MVP race.
I mean, do we have to? It's already been decided, I think, thanks to this past week.
I don't think it's been decided yet.
Oh, no, I think it's been decided.
No, for me, I don't think it's been decided yet because they got to make the playoffs in order for AL MVP.
So let's go ahead and say who we're talking about. I'm getting ready to pull up the stats for the stats this year for the teams. So, Tommy, go ahead and mention who you were talking about.
I'm talking about one, the Ass Wagon Man, Vlad Guerrero Jr., and then it's actually just it's just a race between who's going to get it. It's either going to be Shohei Ohtani or the Ass Wagon Man, Vlad Guerrero Jr.
Bud, don't count out Salvi. He's on top of RBIs right now.
I don't know. I think it's just from a national perspective, an unbiased baseball fan. It's between Vlad Guerrero and Shohei Ohtani.
Salvi's only 3 home runs back of him, or 2 home runs back of him.
Yeah, but is Vlad Guerrero gonna? But Vlad Guerrero is the Triple Crown leader, not just in the American League, in both.
No, he's not the Triple Crown leader.
I thought he is.
Nope. He leads in home runs and hits, and that's it. Starling Marte, thanks to his performance last night in Kauffman, is now on top of the batting average. Stolen bases is also Starling Marte. And RBIs belong to Salvador Perez.
Who's he in the league in RBIs now?
Yep, he's up 2 RBI because of that home run last night. That monster jack that he hit last night.
We knew it too.
So, me and Tommy go to pretty much every home game on Tuesdays that the Royals have and sit in pretty much the same spot all the time because it's really good seats, honestly.
Speaking of which, have you bought tickets for the Barker Park game?
Not yet. I'm still debating if I actually want to take Bandit or not.
I mean, we don't have
Yeah,
to.
well.
So are we going to go to that, other than that game, are we going to go to the one on the 3rd?
Oh, the final game of the year?
Final game of the year.
I haven't bought the tickets yet.
Okay.
But I plan on it.
Now, that way they'd be cheaper. They'd be cheaper now than they were. Yeah, tickets are like $10.
Yeah, I mean, we were looking at the ticket prices for where we sit last night. Yep. But yeah, I mean, it's Vlad.
I think it's Vlad. I think it's Vladdy.
Vlad definitely has it. Like, I don't know who else. Like,
if they make the playoffs. If they don't, then you could make the case for Ohtani.
Why would you make the case for Ohtani? His team's worse than Vlad is.
Yeah, but this man is just a freak of nature.
Is it just me, or since the All-Star break has the hype for Shohei kind of gone down?
I think you actually might be right. That has kind of cooled down.
Because I've heard more Salvi hype, and definitely more Vlad hype, since the All-Star break.
You might be right about that.
Because, I mean, I'll have to look at his pitching stats, but I don't think he's pitching as well as he has been.
No, I think he's kind of just cooled off.
Oh, hell no. He's lost 3 out of his last 5. Including giving up 6 runs. Yeah, no, he's... No, he's not doing too well.
Hey, by the way, just throwing this out there. I'm just looking at the map for... Okay, never mind. I thought there were lists. Never mind. I was looking at left field.
I mean, he has a 3.6 or a 3.36 ERA right now. But that's not even, spectacular.
No.
His opponents are hitting 291 off of him.
I mean, that's good, kinda.
No, that's terrible.
Not really, but
like
kind of cooled off as of late.
Very much so. Speaking of things that have cooled off, Urban Meyer hype in the NFL.
I don't think that was even like.
There was a
hot.
little bit there.
I mean, he was getting flagged for the game against Houston, like on Sunday, but not for that reason. To be fair, like, I mean, did you read that article or that report that said like he's like crazy as fuck?
I did. So we brought up the NFL, Tommy. Let's go ahead and talk about this past week in the NFL. I was right. I said the Cowboys would play tough against the Buccaneers, and wouldn't you look who won the pony?
Tampa. Tampa still won.
Yeah, but they had to do a last-second field goal to win.
To be fair, I'm gonna be honest with you. Dallas should have won that game because their kick. I mean, to be fair, it's their fault that they lost that game because their kicker like what 3 field goals.
Something like that, yeah.
So I mean, Brock,
Yeah.
Jameis fucking Winston. Oh my god. I've never felt so moist in my life. Holy shit. It was so beautiful watching Jameis Winston play.
I'm just going to sit back and let you...
Just like, the man threw 4 touchdowns.
5.
1 or 5, actually. I want to take that back. The man is greater than Tom Brady as of week 1. Oh, I gotta pump the brakes on that. Too far. Hey, Brock, after the LASIK surgery, he looks fucking fantastic. Doesn't he? He looks fantastic.
Yeah, he does, but...
Like, I'm glad they decided to use him instead of that tight end that's a quarterback.
Tim Tebow?
No, fucking Taysom Hill.
Oh.
For once, he's actually good at tight end. Like, he could actually probably play tight end and be really good at it. Like, I'm not even kidding.
Yeah, he probably could. Let's go ahead and say the score of that game because...
38-3.
Oh my god, it was a murder.
Oh, wait, I might be wrong. It's like probably like 34 or something like that.
No, it was 38-3.
Yeah, no, yeah, it was 38-3. Brock, I'm going to be honest with you. Aaron Rodgers and Devontae Adams do not want to be there, like, at all.
Oh, you fucking think?
Like, they were trying to avoid people like it was the fucking plague. Like, they were trying to avoid each other like it was the fucking plague. Like, I'm dead serious.
Yeah, it was...
And, like, everyone at work was like, why did Aaron Rodgers play, like, shit like, Sunday? He fucking fucked me on fantasy. I'm like, well, he doesn't want to be there, for one. 2, have you not, like, read, like, all the shit that's been happening in the offseason? Like, kind of doesn't want to be there. Kind of thought he'd be playing for, like, you know, Denver or Washington, like, with the Aaron Andrews interview that he did. Oh, there it is again.
You mentioned Washington, and they are looking for a quarterback after this past game.
I don't know why they don't. Just like, it wouldn't surprise me if they actually make a trade this offseason for Aaron Rodgers. It would not.
Well, let's get to what happened Sunday for the Washington football team. They took on the LA Chargers, and Justin Herbert burned them.
Oh my God, Justin Herbert looked really good, especially with Keenan. Him and Keenan Allen look really good together.
Wow, go figure. Keenan Allen's really good. What a surprise.
I don't understand why people don't consider Keenan Allen a top 5 wide receiver in this league.
Because he's in the same division as a certain other team.
See that fucking midget Tyreek Hill?
And Sammy Watkins was there, and...
Oh, by the way, just throwing it out there.
What are you throwing out there?
And he's playing for Baltimore now. He's not.
Yeah, I know. I'm saying who's been in his division at wide receiver, though.
Yeah. Well, Tyreek Hill just came to be.
Yeah.
Mahomes, he did acknowledge the meme fucking Tyreek's down there somewhere.
Yeah. Tyreek had So you all right? You went ahead and mentioned the Chiefs. Chiefs. I've already said I'm not rooting for them this year. I'm a Saints fan this year with Tommy. So you know this. We've mentioned this before.
Mention this.
I think I mentioned it last week because there are too many bandwagon fans, and we had the conversation yesterday while we were driving back from getting food.
I feel like we should like go to like a tailgate and like
My
like,
idea that I did.
like take like old school photos like Len Dawson, Priest Holmes.
No. We do the idea that I had, where we quiz them on basic-ish Royals trivia, Chiefs trivia.
That would be actually interesting to do both. You want to do both?
What, Royals trivia?
Would you like to do both?
I mean, the Chiefs trivia, hell yeah, I'm down for that.
I like the photos and be like, who is this player? And you should like take a player from like 1999.
Oh hell no! I already know who I'm showing them.
You're gonna show him Priest?
No, I'm gonna show him a picture of number 4 at quarterback. Who is this man? Then show him a picture of number 10. Who is this man?
Show him a picture of Bagcap and be like, who is this man?
Oh my god. Show him a picture of Brady Quinn.
They would have no idea.
Wait. Do you know who number 10, the greatest quarterback to don the number 10 is?
Oh, fuck. Dude, I'm not a Chiefs fan, so I don't know.
Trent Green.
Trent Green? That's right, he was.
You know who number 4 is?
What number was Montana?
16.
Okay.
So 16 is a very magic number in Kansas City. Because that was Lenny's number, and no, Montana was 18.
Well, I mean, 15 is already the magic number.
It already is. He's won a Super Bowl.
I have to be honest with you. I mean, like, he's done more for the city than any other person has. Like, he's put it on there nationally. He's getting Whataburgers up. He's a fucking almost trillionaire, probably sponsorship deals.
Maybe George Brett is the only one to rival him.
It's him, Salvi, George Brett.
Whoa! What has Salvi done?
Fucking fuck.
Okay, but if we're doing that, then Gordo would have a better shot than Salvi.
Gordo in there.
I mean,
like, for Kansas City athletes, Patrick Mahomes, George Brett, Alex Gordon, Salvador Perez. You can rotate. I don't know.
Harley Race.
What is it? Professional. Yeah, Harley Race. Okay.
I was about to say, choose your next word very carefully.
Like, seriously, that's like almost like you could consider that like the Mount Rushmore athletes to play in Kansas City.
Bo Jackson?
And Bo Jackson. You can also rotate Bo Jackson out there, too.
Derek Thomas?
Either way, that list can
Len
go
Dawson?
on. That list can go on forever.
Yeah. Anyway, the Chiefs played the Browns, and I'm going to be honest, I slept through all the NFL games Sunday, so I don't know what happened.
Rock, you know what was one thing I actually was thinking that I wish would happen? You know, getting up early, you know, go work out, go take go on your run, however long it is, take a shower and all that, that way you're clean and fresh, and then proceed to sit on your couch for 16 hours to watch NFL Red Zone.
Yeah!
That is the fucking dream. I dreamed of that last night. It was like a Sunday. I did all my workout stuff, took a shower, and then proceeded to sit on my couch, sit my ass on my couch, 16 hours to watch.
Well, you know, that could be
coverage on NFL Red Zone.
That could be a reality when we get the apartment. So
that's true. That's very true.
Yeah, we both just sit there fucking eating junk food.
Oh my god, it's fucking dream. It sounds like the dream.
Me wearing my, I don't know, I've got like 3 different jerseys that I can, 4 different jerseys. 3.
I'm wearing athletic shorts and your team shirt.
Oh yeah, well, okay, I don't have a Saints shirt.
Oh, well, go buy yourself one. They're probably on sale right now.
Oh yeah, or I could buy a Colts one. I wonder how much a Pat McAfee jersey goes for.
I wonder how much that goes for. Probably about a couple $100.
I can find out right now.
Let's find out. Either way, we had some good games on Sunday.
Go ahead and tell us the score of the Chiefs game.
The Chiefs game, the finals to that game was 33-29.
We'll keep talking about it.
By the way, did I tell you this when it happened? So the reason why they won is because of a fucking botch. So as the Saints game is getting over, I flipped it over to CBS, and one on my screen, I see them fumble a punt, and they're like, "Whoa, no, he's running!" I'm like, "You gotta be fucking kidding me!"
So I just typed in Pat McAfee jersey, and the first thing to pop up was a Rodrigo Blankenship jersey. No, you couldn't get that much farther away on the level of coolness of players.
Rodrigo, though.
No, I'm not buying a Rodrigo Blankenship jersey. I would buy it. Actually, I might buy a Jonathan Taylor jersey. No, fuck that. I'm getting a Quentin Nelson jersey. Quentin Nelson jersey?
You get a jersey shirt.
I could, but I'm not saying that. I could buy a Sam Ellinger jersey.
You buy a Carson Wentz jersey.
I could buy a Jacoby Brissett jersey for $44.
Jacoby Brissett one? What?
Yeah, for $44. Hold up a second. Keep talking. I'm exploring this.
I don't know. I'll go ahead and go through other final scores of the game. Other game.
Oh my god! I can buy it right now for $49.99.
Other games
and free shipping.
Other games of the league, since Brock's talking about, they ended up losing 28-16 to the Seattle Seahawks. The game we talked about earlier, San Diego.
No, you're right. San Diego.
Excuse me. The LA Chargers ended up beating the football team 20-16. By the way, did you see that tweet I sent you that Sunday with Jamar Chase and Joe Burrow?
Yes, I did. That was...
If they find the right head coach and all that, they're going to be a fucking problem.
What are you talking about? You saying Zach Taylor's not the best coach in the league right now?
You know what I mean, right?
There's a certain coach in Kansas City that they should hire.
They could. By the way, they ended up winning that game in overtime, 27-24.
I'm about to buy this jersey.
The Dolphins.
Fuck that! Phillip Rivers for $39.99. Yes.
Other scores around the league, Dolphins ended up beating the Patriots by 1. That final was 17-16.
Oh my god.
Cardinals just stopped the Titans 38-13. Brock, you want to talk about that game real quick?
I am currently in the middle of purchasing a Phillip Rivers jersey. You keep going.
Oh my gosh. Chandler Jones looks like a man possessed.
Fucking $39.
Brock, did you not hear what I just said?
I heard you. Corbin Jones is a grown fucking man.
That is a grown man right there. By the way, apparently there was a stat out there that he's on pace to like 80-something sacks, which is like the all-time record or something like that. Crazy to think of that.
Like he'll get it.
Steelers beat the Bills in a surprising win, 23-16. I mean, Buffalo looked like absolute shit. So
well, they played decent, but yeah, towards the end there, it just...
They played pretty shitty at certain points. I mean, Josh Allen, run the fucking ball for once, please. Good God.
A Jameis Winston jersey right now goes for $119.
Should be more.
Yeah, well...
I mean, as a god.
It's the same price as a Taysom Hill jersey.
Okay, then no. Taysom Hill should be way less. Taysom Hill, they should give that to you for free.
Steve Gleason jersey goes for $150.
Not surprised.
No, I'm not either.
That man is a New Orleans legend.
Yeah.
Oh, and by the way, did you watch the Monday night game?
No, I actually was asleep again.
Vegas ended up winning 33-27. The walk-off, touchdown throw, that was, something out of, I hate to say it, but that was, out of, a Patrick Mahomes playbook.
Well, we had this discussion the next day. I don't know why everybody hates on. Yeah, you can buy a Melvin Ingram jersey right now for $50.
He's just a good quarterback.
No, he is. He is an incredible quarterback.
I think it's the head coach and the play style he plays that gives him such flack.
Yeah, I don't. It's dumb. It truly is.
By the way, this season, Baltimore better, wrap Lamar Jackson in, vibranium.
Vibranium?
Not even a real thing. They better go find it because, good God, they're just so gashed at the running back position.
Oh, you think?
They're just so gashed. I don't know what the hell is going on in Baltimore.
$15? Oh, that's a youth. Oh my God, I was about to say.
They better replace that practice grass they have in Baltimore, or wherever the hell they practice.
I think they practice in Baltimore. That would make sense.
Because they had 3 running backs in the span of a day or two go down with ACL injuries.
Yeah.
Now, I'm glad they did sign Latavius Murray.
Tommy, I'm on the Evil Empire's website right now, looking to see if they have what I'm looking for.
New England's website?
Nope.
New York? The Yankees?
Nope. Football.
Okay, Rob Lowe.
No, I'm looking at the Cowboys.
Oh.
To see if they have.
Empire in football is the Patriots.
Well, damn it, they don't. Oh, that sucks. Well, I mean, maybe he's not a sale item.
Were you looking for a Dak Prescott jersey?
No, different Cowboys player.
Throw that out there. I wouldn't be mad if you bought that.
I don't. There's only one.
I really like Dak. It just sucks that he's with the Cowboys. I liked him when he was at Mississippi State. And then, when he got drafted to Dallas, I'm like, oh. Okay.
I don't know if I can. Oh, God, I feel sick looking at this.
What jersey is it?
No, just Cowboy jerseys. Oof. All right, I'm going to have to look for the certain player to see if they have them here. Anyway, keep going.
We're getting off track.
Yeah.
A lot of things. Speaking of the Monday night, Brock?
Mm-hmm.
Guess what happened? So, apparently, earlier in the day, Big E Langston, I'm calling him Langston.
So we're just going to go ahead and move from football. I thought we were going to still talk about football.
Well, I mean, what else do you want to talk about football?
I mean, there was the fact that Miami beat New England.
I threw that score out there. I said Miami.
Okay.
New England.
Have we mentioned how good Matthew Stafford is yet?
Oh, wait, hold on. I got to talk about that.
Yeah. Hold up, man. I was about to say, you're just going to slide over the fact that Matthew Stafford is... I am, once again, vindicated for saying Matthew Stafford is one of the best quarterbacks in the league.
He is. He just has a shit team around him.
What
happens? He has a good offensive coordinator and a good head coach that can make the plays for him. That can do a good play calling for him.
He is truly I don't get it. I don't know why everyone beforehand was talking so much shit on him. I'm looking at his jerseys right now.
These were his fun. Oh, do not. Those uniforms are horrendous.
No. Lions. So,
by the way, these were his final stats that Sunday night. By the way, the Rams won 34-14. Chicago is a mess. I'm not even going to talk about that. That's all I'm going to talk about Chicago because they are just a mess.
So the only Matthew Stafford jerseys available are in youth or they're women's for the Lions.
Oh, okay. Well, either way, Matthew Stafford's final stat line was this for Pat. He went 20 of 26 for 320 yards passing and 3 touchdowns. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
People don't understand how good Matthew Stafford is.
No.
That is a dog right there. He's a dog.
And the amount of time that he's been hurt and has still played through it has just been...
a lot.
Like, I don't know, man. I don't get why people hate him.
Yeah, he had a QBR of 89.9.
He threw for 321.
Yeah, he threw for 301 total yards. The one to Cooper Kupp, though, was like his best one. Like,
Oh,
Jesus Christ.
hands down.
That one was just, oh my God.
Again, I've said this about the Derek Carr pass on Monday night. If Mahomes had done it, the internet would have lost their minds.
Oh, no, the internet would have lost their collective minds.
If it was Mahomes. But
You know
because it's Matthew Stafford.
You know that photo of Randy, like, you know, when the internet is out, like,
Yeah.
when they lose the internet and, like, they go to the military base and Randy's trying to, like, you know,
Yeah.
do the thing, and then you see him, like, laid back in a chair with all this ghost ectoplasm around him. Like, there's a ghost, there's ectoplasm around me. That would have happened if Mahomes made that throw. Just throwing that out there.
100%. 100%.
Probably would have been like, Jesus Christ, that's fucking holy fuck.
I would have lost my shit.
I would have lost my shit, too.
Yeah, yeah, easily.
That's another thing, too. I can't hate Mahomes, man.
No, you can't. And I don't. That's the thing. I don't hate Mahomes. The reason why I'm not rooting for the Chiefs right now is because of the fan base.
They gotta fix that Kermit the fucking Frog voice.
Well, that's not change. I actually kind of like that about him. All right, listen.
I don't know. He's got to do something about that.
I can buy a Teddy Bridgewater Panthers jersey for $60 right now. No. I was looking to see if they had a Luke Kuechly one.
He did good. He did good on Sunday.
Kuechly?
No.
Oh,
Teddy.
Bridgewater. Oh, yeah. No, he did really well.
Yeah, he went 20 out of 36 with 264 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, no, he looked good, man.
He looks really good. I am 100% glad that he's doing well.
Yeah, no, I am too.
I am glad. I wish we could have him here in New Orleans, but hey, if he's succeeding elsewhere, I'm happy for him. Especially after that injury. Like, I'm just glad that he's actually playing football, man.
Yeah, agreed. Because there's no one I'd rather see succeed in the league.
That's Teddy.
Yeah, that man has gone through
after he came
so
back
much shit.
And it was after Alex Smith, after he came back from that injury, you know what I'm talking about?
Well, listen, all right, you can't hate Alex Smith.
No, you absolutely cannot. I didn't hate him when he was with the Chiefs.
Oh, no. Oh, God. Dude, that was the thing. Those Chiefs, you couldn't hate. Because they weren't, you know.
I didn't care. I always laughed when they lost the playoff game when it was close.
Yeah, I know. Listen.
You guys lost to 6 field goals that one season.
Yep, I remember that game. Thank you, Eric Fisher.
Bro, the Monday after that was hilarious.
Oh, I know. I remember you coming to school that day.
Oh, my God. I was just laughing my ass off that entire day.
I could buy a Cam Newton Nike jersey for $50 right now.
Nah.
From when he played for New England. No, exactly.
If we get an apartment, there's one thing not bringing that house. It's New England stuff. If it's a Dak Prescott jersey, I will make the exception.
I found a Julio jersey for $50.
Is it a Titans one?
No. Why would I find a Titans jersey for $50 from Julio?
You know me. I don't want any Atlanta stuff either.
Yeah, I know. There's a Brady jersey.
From when he was in New England?
Nope.
When he's in Tampa?
Yep.
I could let it slide.
Really? Wow, I'm surprised.
Yeah, he shut a lot of fans up when they won the Super Bowl against Kansas City.
I guess.
He proved a lot of doubters wrong.
Oh, no, I found what I'm getting next.
What you got?
Gardner Minshew jersey.
When he was with Jacksonville?
Yes. Actually, I need to look right now in Jacksonville. Do they have a Blake Bortles jersey?
They probably don't.
They might. Minshew. Damn, a lot of Minshew. Tebow. They have Tebow jerseys.
Do not buy that jersey.
I'm not. Leonard Fournette.
I will burn that jersey for you.
Leonard Fournette.
Okay.
Actually, let's just go to jerseys. Sort by that. There are 2 pages of them, so. Seamless editing right there. Tommy,
I know.
a lot of stuff happened in the world of college football as well this week. There were some big time games and some big upsets this week.
Yes. The one game everyone was talking about was Oregon going into the horseshoe and just flat out beat Ohio State. I mean,
Beat the bricks off of them.
Did you watch the game?
I do not remember if I did or not.
Rock?
I think I was watching. What was I watching? That was what? What time was that?
It was around it was the 11 o'clock game.
I may have been watching. Was Texas Arkansas at 11?
No, they were on later.
Okay, I watched some game. I don't remember what it was though.
I think you were watching. No, I know what game you were watching. You were watching Pittsburgh and Tennessee.
That's what I was watching. Thank you. I was trying to remember.
You were telling me to watch that game, but I was actually I had to go somewhere while that game was on, so I had to listen all night during Sirius XM.
That was a incredible game. Anyway, Oregon. Wow, what a performance!
They went blow for blow
and knocked out Ohio State.
They just Brock, such a good game.
Oh, it was only topped by 2 games that went on later in the day.
No, that was the game of the day.
No, there was another one down in Florida that I think may have taken that crown.
What other game in Florida are you talking about?
Well, we'll go ahead and talk anyway. Any other thoughts about the Ohio State game before?
Never mind. I just got really what game you're talking about.
Exactly.
Oregon looks really good. Plus, they didn't have a lot of key players. That was another thing too. You got to realize too.
Yeah, it was not a good performance for them at all. Like
at all.
It was.
And to be fair, the writing was on the wall for Ohio State when they played against Minnesota.
Yes.
Just throwing that out there.
Very much so.
But Oregon looks really good.
Yeah, they do. Kansas lost.
Another game that happened was in the 2:30 window. Iowa and Iowa State.
Yes.
Did you watch that game? I couldn't because I was at work.
No, wasn't that during the Mizzou game?
I don't know what time the Mizzou game started.
I don't remember any either right now off the top of my head.
Either way, Iowa ended up beating Iowa State. The final score was 27-17. Brock, Iowa's starting to make their case. So hold on, let's go back to that Ohio State game.
Mm-hmm.
That loss to Oregon is hindering their chances of playoffs. Hell, they might even not make the playoff this year.
Oh, they still got to play Michigan, Penn State, and then whoever comes out of the West in the conference game if they make it that far.
They still got to play the other top teams in the Big Ten East, plus whoever wins the West this year.
Which?
Looking to be Iowa.
Yeah. You think?
Yes.
I am.
Iowa, from what I saw from the early part of the game, because I had to go to work by that time, Iowa looked really good.
Oh man, they were stellar.
They looked really good this season.
If Iowa State wasn't the home team, I would say that it looked like Iowa State didn't even get off the bus.
That's true.
But Iowa State was the home team, so they didn't get off a bus.
Of course, Iowa State where they're ugly, they're god awful.
Black.
The black.
The matte black.
Yeah, the matte black jerseys with the white. They have white helmets.
Yeah.
So I think they had like white helmets or something like that.
Yeah.
With the white bottoms. God, they just looked horrendous. They looked like a knockoff Iowa.
It did. It truly did.
But either way, both Oregon and Iowa looked really good in wins against top 25 opponents. Another that happened that was later on in the night. Soon to be SEC team Texas
Got a little bit of a taste what it's like to be in the SEC.
got sent.
They got shit canned.
They got sent to the shed.
Welcome to the SEC, boys.
They ended up. The final score of that was Arkansas ended up winning 40-21. Was the final that game. 40-21.
Again, welcome to the SEC, boys.
If you're thinking, by the way, Arkansas doing the all-time troll job by just putting the horns down on their jumbotrons and all that.
Oh, it was so good.
Doing where a bit like the Texas, the freezing cold takes video, the Texas is back one, like that video.
Yep.
Like we're back, and they're like, no, you're not.
Oh, can we go? So I don't know if we revealed it on here. Can we go ahead and say that Texas is both our least favorite college football team?
Texas is always and will forever be one of the most overrated college football teams. I don't even care if they're good; they're just still going to find a way to just absolutely, shit the bed.
No, easily. Another team in Texas played. Two former Big 12 rivals took on each other in Boulder, Colorado. Tommy, this actually might have been game of the night. Texas A&M escaped Boulder, Colorado, 10-3 or 10-7.
That game was on at 2:30.
Yeah, it was really good.
I didn't watch that game because I was more transfixed on after the Ohio State Oregon game was over. I immediately flipped it over to ABC to watch Iowa and Iowa State.
So I don't think Mizzou had started yet, so that's why I'd watched it.
No, I don't think it did.
So I caught the beginning of A&M Colorado. Colorado led from the first quarter until the fourth quarter.
Yeah, the Mizzou game was on at 6:30.
Yeah, so I watched the A&M game.
I don't know. There was just a lot of good games on last week. Now, this week, we got...
Well, hang on. We didn't even mention Notre Dame barely escaping Toledo.
I didn't watch that game, so I really couldn't care less.
So the Notre Dame quarterback dislocated his finger. His coach popped it back into place, and then he threw the game-winning touchdown.
I did see that. That's a football guy right there.
Yeah, it is. And then, of course, Cincinnati murdered their FCS opponent. Clemson murdered their FCS opponent. Oklahoma murdered their FCS opponent. Georgia destroyed UAB, and Alabama won. So, I mean...
They all had their cupcake games that they have on the schedule.
And then we had more upsets. Tommy, we called it the beginning of the year. There were three very overrated teams on the top 25 when the year started. And finally, two of them were exposed. They were 15-14 this year. We already talked about Texas losing. USC was exposed to the world.
I mean, that's not really surprising. I feel like Stanford does that every year. Certain years, I feel like Stanford does that all the time.
Stanford will always have one game where they'll just
straight up just beat someone, just flat out
upset the hell out of somebody.
So
yeah, and they fired their head coach because of it.
Yeah, we'll get to that.
Well, might as well now.
I mean, want to talk about Jacksonville State going into Tallahassee and just straight up upsetting Florida Florida State at the last second.
Well, there we go. We mentioned it.
So hold on. By the way, did you see you watched that rundown thing, the Barcelona Sports rundown?
Yes.
Where it showed one of the offensive linemen.
Yes.
Proposing to his girlfriend.
Yeah.
By the way, I think she did say yes, which is good.
Well, I'd hope so.
Hope so. I mean, it's kind of. I feel like you'd be more distracted about the other team celebrating a win on your home field, just straight up upsetting you.
You think?
I mean, yeah.
It did not look good for. It's not looking good for Florida State right now.
No, not
at all.
I feel like ever since Jimbo left, they're kind of just in that. Jimbo Fisher left, they're kind of just in the limbo.
Yeah, I mean, they've pretty much been treading water since then.
They actually have. I don't know.
They haven't had a good year, really.
No, they really haven't. They used to be the dominant force in the ACC. Now Clemson is just straight up just taking that spot.
Remember that one weird year where it was Clemson and it was Florida State, Clemson, and Louisville were just beating the shit out of everybody.
Was that when Lamar Jackson was still?
Lamar Jackson and I think Teddy Bridgewater as well.
No, Teddy Bridgewater was already in the league by that time.
Okay, so yeah, that was Lamar.
I don't know.
That was just a weird little 2-3 year stretch there.
I don't know. Back to the whole SC debacle.
Yeah.
So literally, after the game they lost to against Stanford, notice how I call USC just SC because it's easier for me to say it like that. I'm saying it's Southern California, not South Carolina.
Well, that's why I say USC because I'm a fan of an SEC school, so they're SC. South Carolina is SC.
I always call USC for football just SC because that's how I always know it.
And we also just call them Carolina as well. Because to us, that's the only Carolina that matters.
It's true. Either way, back to USC. So they lose to Stanford Saturday. I think it was Monday?
Yeah. That's when we got the news. Monday.
Yeah, I believe it was Monday that they fired Clay Helton.
So when did Clay Helton get hired?
I don't remember, honestly. I don't remember when they hired him. I'm going to find out.
Please do, because I'm... Oh, shit. Breaking news. What? The Kansas City Mavericks have revealed new jerseys for this year. And they look really good.
Clay Helton was hired as USC's head coach in 2015.
2015?
Yes, so he's there for 6 years.
Damn, all right.
It was kind of, I think it was that, I think in 2015. Let me see. Yeah, because Steve Sarkisian was dismissed in 2015.
Yeah.
And then Clay Helton just took over. So either way,
did you get the message I just sent you?
Yes.
I mean, whenever you want, we could do that one as well, apparently.
It's true. Either way, back to that. So Clay Helton gets fired on Monday.
Yep.
Guess what? Guess Twitter went into a firestorm.
Yeah. Yeah, it did.
So a lot of people watched the Jacksonville-Houston game where Urban Meyer just straight up did not look like a head coach. I don't know. Urban Meyer was just Urban Meyer. Either way, everyone, when they found out Clay Helton got fired from SC, everyone's like, Urban Meyer's going. So also in a press conference, at the day of we're recording this, which is what?
Wednesday.
Yep. In a press conference, Urban Meyer was asked about the USC head coach position being open. He said, quote, there's no chance. I'm here and committed to trying to build this organization, end quote. That's basically saying, hey, I'm probably going to be leaving for that job. Because they're going to pay him. Just throwing that out there. SC will pay a pretty penny for him to be a head coach for the Trojans. Just throwing that out there.
Oh, no.
What?
Twitter, no.
What?
Twitter just said they're on their way to wrestling Twitter. No, you don't want to do that.
No, they absolutely do not want to do that.
So, I think that's going to be our segue to wrestling now.
No, hold on. I want to see what are your thoughts about Urban Meyer saying that?
I don't know. It's giving me off some Bobby Petrino vibes.
Dude, you're actually kind of right.
And here's the funny thing. He's coaching down at Mo State right now. I have multiple contacts on that team, and I've asked them about Bobby Petrino.
He's still coaching?
He's coaching at Mo State right now.
Really?
Yeah, he recruited Jake.
Huh, I didn't know that.
And, I mean, I'm not going to say anything, without, speaking out of line or anything. But Bobby Petrino, all I'm going to say is he's not well liked by the players down at Mo State. So, that's all I'm going to say. So, take of that what you will. That's coming from Jake and Armand.
Oh, okay.
So,
all right.
I have contacts. That's all I'm going to say. I have contacts in the world of college football at D1 programs. I got one up in northern Iowa. I got two down in Mo State. I got one in southeast Missouri State. I got ones in, God, where is he playing? I'm blanking on where he's playing now. But somewhere in Tennessee. Like, I've got contacts, Tommy.
Okay.
That's a scary thought. But we have sources.
I don't know. I don't follow Mo State football, so.
No,
really...
but I mean about Bobby Petrino. I've got sources.
Oh, okay. Well.
But yeah, so Twitter's apparently getting ready to dip their toes into wrestling Twitter. Tommy, so we both know wrestling Twitter.
That could be very.
Oh boy.
That's an interesting one that they're going to be doing.
That's a lot of bonk go to horny jails there. Lots and lots and lots of that.
A lot of Sasha Banks fan page stuff. Just really, that's it. Kind of.
Liv Morgan, Mandy Rose.
Yeah, pretty much.
Bailey. Charlotte Haight. Becky Lynch Love.
I don't know how Bailey's doing on that recovery from injury.
I don't know.
I hope she's doing well. It kind of sucks that.
Yeah.
She's out with injury.
Yep.
So.
Also, weird simping for Finn Balor. Like.
I don't know. Speaking of which, Brock.
Yeah.
It happened.
Do you want to say it or do you want me to say it?
I will say it.
All right.
So,
let it rip, my friend.
So, hold on. Let's give you some context here first. So, what was it? Monday around.
Remember, as soon as we get done with the wrestling stuff, we have to do our pick'ems for the NFL.
This was 2 days ago. Big E I call him Biggie Langston because it's just easier for some, because I'm stuck on his NXT name.
And his original name on the main roster.
True. He said, I'm going to take the cat out of the bag. He's going to be cashing in his Money in the Bank contract and will become WWE champion. So I thought, okay, interesting. The other side of my brain was like, big meat man, slap the beat.
That is such a deep cut.
With your big chests. Big chests. Big biceps, 24-inch pythons. Just you big meaty man slapping me.
That is such a deep cut.
I mean, what? I mean, like, if you've never seen that video, go watch it, please.
Oh my god.
Either way, Brock,
Yeah.
like, we both thought, I'm like, there's no way he's going to do this.
I thought that it was just a cheap little tactic WWE was going to use to try and get some fans to
Like, so,
tune
like,
in instead of watching, football.
Monday Night Football.
Which, well, we saw which was the better product that night.
Absolutely.
It was obviously football.
Either way, I will let you do this part. So he actually cashes in on Monday night, and guess what happens? I'll let you do this part.
And new WWE champion, Big E. You can't see it right now, but I'm swirling my hips.
Yeah, it happened. I'm actually glad it happened.
Well, yeah.
I was actually surprised that it actually happened too. So
That's all we got.
it's pretty much what we got. I mean, like, I feel like he should have done the Universal title, because, like, here's a little fancy booking thing for me. Like, say Brock Lesnar gets the title back from Roman.
Yeah, fucking right.
And then, well, hold on. I mean, you can never know. It's Brock Lesnar. This is Brock Lesnar we're talking about. He ends up, it's a wounded Brock Lesnar, and then Big E cashes in on Lesnar to get revenge.
Say it again. You cut out.
He could get revenge on Brock Lesnar for squashing Kofi on the premiere of SmackDown on Fox.
Yeah. Well, that's just like your opinion, man.
I get that, and that's probably a lot of people's opinion too.
Well,
But I don't know. That's just my opinion. I'm glad that he's actually WWE champion.
oh yeah.
By the way, if I'm not mistaken, this is the first time titles have been exchanged between two African Americans.
Well, the WWE title.
The WWE title.
Because we had the women's title at WrestleMania change hands.
Yeah, but I'm talking about, like, the men's WWE title.
Yep.
I think that's the first time that's ever happened.
Yeah.
It actually is.
Because Kofi was the first. Well, I mean, people say Kofi is. There's others that say The Rock was. And then some that say Booker T counts.
Booker was world heavyweight champion.
And that's the argument that many have made. Because then otherwise, it's like, well, you got Mark Henry, you got Bubba Lashley, you got...
But he had to deal with the Reign of Terror of Triple H.
Which was World Heavyweight title.
Which was World Heavyweight title.
Which is what he eventually won in 06 over Rey Mysterio.
Did he really?
Yep.
Yeah, he did. No, yeah, he did.
Great American Bash 06 as King Booker!
That's right. That's what he won King of the Ring. I love it. I'm glad that he's actually WWE champion. I'm very glad.
Yeah, I am too, man. Now I'm just waiting for Xavier to win his.
I mean, they are bringing back King of the Ring.
Queen of the Ring.
No, they're bringing back both.
Oh, well, that just cheapens it.
They're bringing back both, so. Well, they're bringing back the King of the Ring, and then they're doing, like, the new one, like, Queen of the Ring. I don't know.
Yeah.
I can't give you an explanation onto the Queen of the Ring thing. So,
Speaking of new champions, Tommy, we actually watched NXT
we didn't watch the entire thing. We watched portions of it.
because, all right, let's give you some context. The Royals game last night, we went. They got down early real quick, so Tommy just pulled up his little Hulu app and started watching NXT during the game. Turns out we should have been doing that the whole time because the Royals came back and won. So,
Yeah, they did.
Tommy, I think that might be the strategy going forward. You might just have to be watching NXT while we're at the Royals game.
Okay, sure.
Hey, I mean, it worked.
Look, either way, what did you think about the new NXT 2.0?
I like it. I actually do. It
I
gives
don't know.
me the only thing I would say I'd prefer is if NXT would go, because a lot of the new talent that they're bringing in, I don't know why this just reminds me of this for some reason. If they had done like a more 80s synthwave logo and styling,
I don't know. I like the lettering of the logo. I just don't like the coloring.
there are too many colors. If there were like,
I mean, I'm like the old school one. I'm like, just give me that, but just with yellow.
no. I'm talking like synth, like straight up just turn NXT into like a studio wrestling show from the 80s.
The way it was set up looked like an old studio show,
Which I liked. I actually genuinely liked that.
which was kind of cool.
And some of the guys that they brought in, I'm like, oh, these guys would have been over in the 80s.
I don't know. By the
Oh,
way,
you're telling me that what was his name? Braun Rechsteiner? Braunbreaker?
Breaker. So by the way, it's nice to see that the dog face gremlin son wrestling.
Yeah.
Like he has his dad's face, but his uncle's like physique.
Daddy!
Yeah, like he has his uncle Papa Pump's physique, and then he has his dad's dog face gremlin face.
Yeah, he does. And you know what? He looked really good in the ring.
He did. He looked really good.
And I like the direction that they're going with him as the it's like a Paul Orndorff babyface run that he did in the 70s. I know you're not going to get that one at all. So let me see if I can equate it to something a little bit more that you would understand because you're not deep into wrestling history like I am. Like a very good, like a very well done Lex Luger push in the 90s for WWF.
Like when he was the American hero, like when he was like the real American, like that.
Yes, like the powerhouse babyface. Where like you want to root for him because he's so good in the ring and he fights for all that is good.
Okay, maybe not to like the real American hero, but you know,
that's the only one I can equate it to that you would understand.
I know where you're coming from, but I can agree with you on that.
Maybe a better done Jason Jordan. How about that?
Maybe.
Yeah. But that wasn't the only debuts that we had. Holy God.
I don't know. I'd have to. Cultaholic put out a video about who debuted or who changed names, I guess.
Yeah, there were.
On NXT.
So wow.
I'd have to watch that video. I mean, we can, if you want to, you can put the list of who is new or who had a name change here.
Let's see. So there was Rex Steiner. He's now Braun Breaker, which that's a terrible name.
That's a terrible name. Just call him Rex Steiner.
Patrick whatever is now Trick Williams. I actually like that name.
Yeah.
Change names? What?
Carmelo changed names?
No, he's still Carmelo.
He's still Carmelo?
Yeah. Cal Bloom changed his name. We'll get to him here in a second. Oh boy, Cal Bloom. Oh my God. And then we had a date. So we'll go through it. So, Rex Steiner debuts in NXT, beating
really
LA Knight, which,
Eli.
yeah, me and you still refer to him as Eli Drake, because that's a better name. Actually, go ahead and pull up the results of NXT. Fine, we're going to review NXT.
No, we're not going to review NXT. By the way, the semi-main event, can't believe I just said it that, was the Fatal 4-Way for the NXT title.
So, okay, here's a great question for you. The original lineup for this NXT, so originally it was going to be a number one contenders match. So Mojo had to relinquish his title due to injuries, which, are you on the same page with me and think this is a storyline beat?
Kind of.
Alright. The original layout, though, was Tommaso Ciampa, LA Knight, Pete Dunne, and Kyle O'Reilly. Tommy?
Wait, I thought
No, it was Kyle O'Reilly. Tommy, where the hell was Kyle O'Reilly?
I guess he got beat up backstage. So,
By a debuting Cal Bloom, who is now going by the name of Von Wagner. What was wrong with the names Rex Steiner and Cal Bloom?
did they change their names?
Yeah, the name Rex Steiner is amazing, and you can tap into the fact that his dad was a former WWE Tag Team Champion.
Yeah.
And his uncle was a multiple-time World Heavyweight Champion. And Cal Bloom, his dad literally was A-Train! Like,
Oh my God, wait, really?
yes! Matt Bloom was Albert.
Oh my God. What
Yeah.
the fuck?
So Von Wagner, Cal Bloom, is a second-generation wrestler.
Huh.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Oh, also, Gable Stevenson has signed with NXT and WWE. Tommy, I'm so ready for this.
Is it official?
Yeah, he signed. He said that he signed.
Oh.
So that means him and his brother are both signed with WWE. Which means we have the Creed brothers, the Stevenson brothers, Rex Steiner, Cal Bloom, and Odyssey Jones. Tommy! Oh, and Walter. You know what that means, Tommy?
What's that?
Click me, man, slapping me! And we're just gonna be having that from now on in the new NXT. Oh, I'm so ready for this. Oh my god. But we did mention the Fatal 4-Way match. To crown a new new NXT champion, it was Tommaso Ciampa, Peter Dunne, LA Knight, and Von Wagner.
Yeah.
What were your thoughts on the match, Tommy?
I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah.
I feel like got the winner right.
Yes.
Because gotten it right with another person, maybe two other people.
There was only one wrong answer to win the title in that match.
Oh, absolutely.
And that was Von Wagner.
Yeah. Right. But knowing Vince, they were to be like, "Hey, let's put it on him. Why not?"
I mean, he looked good.
He looked pretty good. Either way, the winner of this match,
No one will survive.
Tommaso Ciampa, is your winner.
Goldie. Goldie is back in his hands. Daddy is home. Ugh.
I'm actually glad that they put it back on him. That's the safe bet they could have won with. Pete Dunne would have been a good idea.
LA Knight would have been a fantastic idea.
LA Knight would have been pretty good too.
Because honestly, if you want to, I get it. It's the new NXT. You want to put it on someone safe for now.
That's the safest of safe bets to put it on him.
If you really wanted to announce a new era, though, put it on a top heel. Just literally give it to LA Knight and just let him run. Don't script his promos. Just let him go out there and talk. That's always been Eli Drake's strong suit, is his ability to talk, and also he's really good in the ring.
It's true. But I feel like it was a safe bet to put it on Ciampa.
It was. But again, it's one of those, I get it, you want to do the safe bet, but the best bet, and probably the one that they should have done, was giving it to LA Knight for the new era. So that way you can build up a top babyface to go after him. If it's like they teased at the end of the night with Rex Steiner
going after
Ciampa, like.
See, I feel like they're shooting the gun on that way too early.
Oh yes, and I mean Carmelo Hayes still has a championship match that he's due.
Yeah,
so
that's true.
With that, I get why they want to have a babyface hold the title.
Yeah, well,
and considering that Ciampa was the only babyface in that matchup.
Yeah, I don't know. Pete Dunne was kind of both, probably.
No, he's a heel right now. He's a heel.
Yeah. I feel like they could have gone either way with Pete Dunne, Ciampa, or Eli Drake.
Yeah, they could have. Which I'm not denying, but at the same time.
And I am not complaining about that.
Oh, God, no. No, I like the fact that they have multiple guys that you could realistically see and are credible champions right now.
For right now.
And I mean, they're building up the next group to come in.
That's true, they are.
Which, all I'm going to say is the future, people were worried about NXT for a bit because of the exodus.
I still have my doubts with this NXT, though, still.
I will say I have less reason to worry.
I feel like you should be I feel like
I'm still slightly nervous. I'm less worried, though.
That's true. I am kind of less worried. The pain, the tension's kind of eased.
Yes, because
this new NXT.
You have your new up. So you have your established stars. You have your Ciampas, you have your Garganos, you have your Peter Dunns, you have your Kyle O'Reillys. You have your new up and comers. Your Cameron Grimes, your LA Knights, your Carmelo Hayeses, your Dexter Loomises.
Yeah, you got
and then you have your group that are of the new ones that are coming in that are waiting to break out. Your Austin Theories, your Rex Steiners, your Cal Blooms, your Odyssey Joneses, your I forgot Roderick Strong and Kushida next week is the main event for NXT.
Oh yeah, that's right. That match is happening.
Yeah, for the cruiserweight title. So throw those two in there. You've got Imperium still. You have Walter somewhere. I don't know where he's at.
Probably in Europe somewhere.
I mean, maybe, but is there is a very decent chance that. Plus, you still have Gable Stevenson, who hasn't. I feel like they're gonna smash him over. They shouldn't smash him over. They should, build him up. But
I feel like they should.
You also have Ridge Holland. I totally forgot about Ridge Holland.
Ridge Holland too.
Yeah.
I feel like they can't rush that.
No, they can't rush Ridge Holland. They can't rush Odyssey. Well, they should have had Odyssey Jones win the breakout tournament, but whatever.
Can't rush Gable.
You also have Swerve. I forgot about Hit Row. You also have Hit Row. Oh man.
Yeah, you have a lot of good young up and coming talent.
Phantasmo, as well. That entire trio there. MSK. You have the entire Diamond Mine. It is there. It is good. The only thing still to me that is slightly lacking, and I'm still a little bit worried about, is the women's division. Kaylee Ray coming over, that helped it a lot for me. So I'm like, okay, you got her, Io Shirai is still there, Dakota Kai, Raquel Gonzalez is still the champ. You still have Ember Moon. You have, it's there. Like, it's good. You got Mandy Rose and this faction that she's built up. It. I am not as worried anymore.
I don't know. I still have my doubts, but the worrying was eased a little bit last night.
I wasn't as worried as you were.
From certain segments we watched.
Yes. Oh, should we talk about the main event? Because I didn't even mention either one of them.
No, wrestling. It's a wrestling wedding, of course.
Hey, it went well, though.
I mean, yeah.
Plus, we got the amazing gif of Dexter Lumis showing us that he had a hatchet.
It's true.
Which I saw that all over Twitter already.
He actually said words.
He did. He said 2 words.
2 words.
And it's not the 2 that I thought I was joking with you that he was going to say.
What was he going to say? No, I thought it was going to be the 2 that I was jokingly saying.
Well, okay, so let's go ahead and say it. So he said, "I do," yay, him and Indy Hartwell are now married. Mm-hmm. Tommy, go ahead and say the 2 words that you thought he was going to say.
He was going to be like Kane, like in the 90s, when he's just going to say, like, sake, like when he was with DX.
Yeah. So Tommy was going for the joking one, and I was thinking in the wrestling context, we've never heard this man talk. We haven't heard anything. I'm sitting here, I'm like, he's going to get on the mic, and he's going to say, "I'm gay." And it's just be like, what? And he's just like, goes at Johnny Gargano. Or Austin Theory, just like start making out with him. Like, I thought that was going to happen.
That also would have been funny if that actually happened.
Yes, like, I don't know. I felt like that would have happened. Because that's totally... But not only is that something that... Because Vince and Bruce Pritchard are in charge, not only is that something Vince would have done...
Oh, Vince would have 1,000% done that.
It's also a wrestling wedding, so there was going to always be something that would have gone wrong. But nothing did. I mean, besides putting the fucking priest to sleep.
Yeah, I mean, other than that, you know what I mean?
But
went out.
Because of that, we found out Beth Phoenix is a...
Is ordained?
Yeah, she's an ordained minister, so,
I don't know, that's kind of crazy, A
little bit.
I don't know. I liked it. I thoroughly kind of enjoyed it.
I mean, just Mandy Rose's entire team that we've just called the knockoffs.
They are.
So go ahead and go through. So,
I have no idea what the red-haired chick name is. She just looks like a knockoff.
One second. I got you.
I'm looking as well.
I got you. Gigi Dolan, JC Jane, and Mandy Rose.
Okay.
So, I don't know which is which.
JC Jane is the blonde one.
Okay. And now that I'm looking at her, I could totally see the knockoff Britt Baker that you were saying.
Yeah, Gigi Dolan is the Becky Lynch one, and then Mandy Rose with brunette hair. Absolutely not.
She is like I said, she looks like a knockoff Chelsea Green.
Don't get me wrong, she's still very good looking, just not with brown hair.
To me, she looks like Chelsea Green, so, I mean...
I said that too.
Yeah. Because I saw it, I'm like, why isn't Chelsea Green still employed? She should be women's champion right now.
Wait, did you actually think that?
Yes. Like, I saw that, I'm like, well, because they brought Mandy Rose in, I'm like, she's just taking the spot that Chelsea Green should have been taking this entire time. Why did you fire Chelsea Green? And now we're seeing in the independents right now, go figure, Chelsea Green's really good.
I thought they released her.
They did release Chelsea Green. And my point, yeah, they released Chelsea Green.
Well, that, and then she was injured, and then she was in that limbo of, well, we don't have anything to do for her.
And right now, what Mandy Rose is doing is what Chelsea Green should be doing. But,
she had on NXT for a bit, and then, she got a main roster call, and then she got injured during the main roster, and then she,
Yeah.
You don't know what to do with her, so let's just, I don't know, just cut our losses.
Which is dumb. It's really, really dumb.
It's dumb.
But what the fuck can you do? I don't know, man. Like, I don't know. I don't know. At all.
Me neither.
So, yeah, I mean, Ciampa's new WWE NXT champion. Big E's your new WWE champion. You want to do some predictions for this week in football?
Which one? College football or just NFL?
We'll go with NFL first. So the big game tonight, big NFC East matchup. The New York Giants travel to Washington to take on the football team. Tommy, the line is currently Washington is favored by 3.5 points. The over/under is 40.5. Who do you have?
I'll be honest with you. I got Washington, but wouldn't it be funny if they end this game in a tie?
So Taylor Heineke is going to be starting this game for Washington.
Taylor Heineke?
Yeah, because Fitzmagic is hurt. He went on IR.
Right. He's on IR for a bit. I don't know.
So who are you taking?
I'm gonna take New York.
You're gonna take New York?
Yeah.
Just to make it like with the points or just outright?
I have no idea.
Okay.
This is the NFC East we're talking about.
Yeah, I believe in Taylor Heineke. I have no faith in the Giants.
Like I said, they could end in a tie for all we know.
Well, exactly. I'm gonna go ahead and say that the football team's gonna win this because I mean, I have no idea. At noon, we have what should be a stellar matchup. The Rams travel cross country to take on the Indianapolis Colts. The Rams are favored by 3.5. It is a 47.5 over/under. Tommy, what do you got?
What game?
LA Rams at the Indianapolis Colts.
I have the Rams winning this game.
I agree with you. I don't. Granted, they played the Bears last week, but
Matt Stafford looked
really good. Really, really, really good. We'll go ahead and state the new matchup. We've got the Bills at the Dolphins. The Bills are laying 3.5, 47.5 points over/under yet again. Tommy, who do you got?
I do like the over in this game.
I do too.
But I don't know.
3.5 is a low number for.
The Bills just look so lackluster.
They looked like they were missing something big time against Pittsburgh last week.
They did. I don't know.
They looked out of sync.
I don't know, man.
The Dolphins, I mean, they didn't even look impressive beating the Patriots. Like, that was the thing.
I hope. I'm going to go with Buffalo.
Taking the points 3.5? Or you think it's going to be closer?
I think it'll be closer.
So you're going to take Miami, but say Buffalo's going to win?
Yes.
Okay. I'm taking Buffalo outright. I think they're going to be playing a little bit more pissed off because of what happened to him last week.
Yeah.
And I think Josh Allen's only thrown one touchdown so far this year. So I think he's going to play out a little bit more. All right, next game. Battle of the Undefeateds at noon once again. The Las Vegas Raiders travel to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania to take on the Steelers. Steelers are favored by 5.5. Over/under is 47. Yeah, this is a tough one right here.
You know what? I'll go with Pittsburgh.
You're going Pittsburgh straight out?
Yes.
Over under 47?
I think they go under.
You think it's going to go under 47?
Yes.
I think Pittsburgh's going to win, but I think it's going to be closer than 5.5.
You think so?
Yeah. I don't know what it was, but the Raiders showed me something Monday night.
The Raiders did honestly kind of look pretty good on Monday night, though.
And it wasn't even against like a bad defense either.
No, it wasn't.
It was against one of the better ones in the league. So I don't know. I'm definitely taking the over in this one though.
I'm going the under. They're in Heinz Field, bro.
Yeah, but it's two bad defenses.
Yeah.
Sticking at the noon o'clock games, Tommy's going to be totally unbiased in this one. Undefeated Saints versus undefeated Panthers. New Orleans favored by only 3.5. 44.5 is the over-under.
I got the Saints.
Yeah. Are you taking the under or the over?
I don't know.
I'm taking the over.
Really?
It's Christian McCaffrey, it's the Saints, and it's the Panthers. I'm taking the so for that to happen, they would only need to score one team would have to score 23, one would have to score 22 for it to hit the over.
Okay.
I think New Orleans alone is going to score more than 23.
Oh, they probably will.
I think New Orleans, what did they score last week? 38 against a decent Packers team, like a decent Packers defense, and they're traveling to play the Panthers.
Oh no! I just want them to go back home. And I don't.
Well, that's going to be for a bit, but I'm sorry to say that too.
They go back on the 3rd of October.
Yeah. I'm looking at the 3 o'clock games. There's not really any good ones. All right, Sunday Night Football. It's the big one, Tommy. It's actually probably the biggest game of the week.
I don't know. Really? You think so?
Well, I mean, maybe Raiders Steelers.
Actually, kind of looking at the schedule, I'm like, yeah, you kind of might be right.
This is a lackluster week for football. Well, okay, actually, I have a 3:25 game here. Titans at Seahawks. Seattle is favored by 5.5. Over under is 54.
Ooh, interesting.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think Tennessee's going to have a fire lit under their ass.
You might be right about that.
After last week, getting embarrassed by Arizona,
yeah.
I'm still not saying that they're going to win, but it's going to be hopefully a little bit closer than the last game that they played.
I don't know. I got
5.5 is a weird number for Seattle to be favored by.
That is a very correct number.
Which makes me think that they know something that we don't.
That's true. I don't know. I'll take Seattle.
Yeah. Oh, another 3:25 game. Cowboys at Chargers. Chargers are favored by 3.
I like the Chargers. They looked really good in Maryland. They don't play in D.C.
Tommy, I like the Cowboys in this one.
But the Cowboys I also like too. That's the thing.
I like the Cowboys in this one. I feel dirty for saying it.
No, not really.
All right, and we'll go with the 2 primetime games at the end of the football weekend for us. Chiefs at Ravens. Chiefs are favored by 3.5. Over under is 55.
I like the Chiefs outright.
Yeah. Lamar Jackson is Mahomes' bitch.
It's true.
And I don't see that changing, especially after their performance against the Raiders on Monday night.
And again, you can't blame them for them losing like literally almost all of their running backs.
Which is what I was about to say. Like, go figure. They lose the one thing that makes them good, and they're crap. Lamar Jackson had 12 carries for 86 yards last week.
Okay.
Yeah. No, I'm. God, and I hate it, but the Chiefs are going to win. God.
Well, they're going to take Baltimore to the woodshed.
I know. That's the unfortunate part. I'm waiting for someone to beat the shit out of the Chiefs. And then Monday Night Football, the Lions, who just want to eat something, play the Packers. Green Bay is favored by 11 points. Over-under is 48.
Dude, I really don't know with Green Bay.
Oh, I think they're winning, but
I just don't. I don't know with your whole Aaron Rodgers debacle and all that. It's just I don't know.
I think he'll win just because I don't think he wants to lose to Pittsburgh or to Detroit.
I think that's probably the safer bet.
Yeah, like I don't think he's fine with losing to Detroit. So, yeah.
I got Green Bay winning this game.
Are you taking the points or just saying that they're winning?
Bay winning this game.
You just have Green Bay winning?
Yes.
All right. I gotta agree with you. There's just nothing from
like Devontae Adams and Aaron Rodgers look like they want to get out of Dodge so bad.
I just don't see anything from them that gives me any. I don't know if hope's the right word, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
All right, we're gonna do some football ones. Let's start out with Michigan State at number 24, Miami. Miami is favored by 6.5. 56.5 is the over/under. Who you got?
In that game?
Yeah.
What game? Can you say that again?
Michigan State at Miami.
Michigan State.
You got Michigan State upsetting number 24, Miami?
Yes.
Wow. I gotta kind of agree with you.
Probably Miami. Like, they had their yearly proposed by a completely better football team at the start of the season.
Purdue travels a little bit west and will take on Notre Dame. Tommy, who do you got?
Notre Dame.
I'm going Purdue. Notre Dame has not looked good the last 2 weeks, and Purdue has looked better than I think. Purdue is flying under the radar right now when it comes to how they're playing this year. They beat Oregon State and they destroyed UConn. It's not like they've been playing like crap teams. Like they beat Oregon State.
They beat UConn. That's a crap team.
They beat Oregon State and did it in pretty convincing fashion too. Notre Dame struggled against Toledo. Like, I don't.
Of course they did.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I like Notre Dame in this game.
The big one, Alabama travels to Florida. Alabama is favored 14.5.
I have Alabama winning this game.
I mean, there's no other right answer. It's just pretty much going to be how close is it going to be.
You mean how much they're going to win by?
No, how close it's going to be. You know, if it's a murder or if Florida shows up this time.
It's true.
Then, of course, the nightcap, the one that ESPN is going to. Number 22 Auburn versus number 10 Penn State. Penn State is favored by 6. Who do you got?
I don't know.
I got Penn State. I don't believe in Auburn this year. I think Penn State's going to win the East Division in the Big Ten.
They're going to win the East Division?
Yep. I think they're going to beat Ohio State this year.
I actually be right about that.
I think they're going to play against Iowa in the Big Ten championship game, and we'll finally get someone new out of the Big Ten into the college football playoff.
You might be right.
And depending on who emerges from the SEC, like who Alabama plays in the championship game, they might be number one. Because that's going to be at least a top 5 matchup if neither team gets tripped up.
What, Auburn and Penn State?
No, Penn State versus Iowa in the Big 12 or the Big 10 championship.
You might be right about that.
Yeah. And then tell me my personal favorite game of the week. Number 19 Arizona State travels to Provo, Utah to take on number 23 BYU. This is the second of 4 Pac-12 schools that BYU plays this year.
Wait, they played 4 Pac-12 schools?
No, this is the third. My bad. This is the third of 4 that they from the Pac-12 that they'll play this year. They've beaten Arizona. They beat Utah last week. They have Arizona State this week at home, and then they travel to Washington State. Oh, and they play USC at the end of the year, so they play 5 teams.
They play SC at the end of the year?
Yeah, they play 5 Pac-12 teams. All I'm going to say is this is a sleeper team for the championship. They knock off Arizona State here. They're at USF. They play Utah State. They play Boise State. They're at Baylor. They're at Wazoo. They play Virginia this year. And then they have their FCS game against Idaho State, Georgia Southern, and then they're at SC.
I don't know.
Who do you have in the Arizona State BYU game, Tommy? Arizona State is favored by 3.5. I think that's a dumb choice by the odds makers.
They're in Tempe, right?
Nope, they're in Provo.
They're in Provo?
And it was the largest crowd for a BYU game in like 4 or 5 years last week. And I'd assume this would be no different.
I don't know.
BYU is riding a hot hand right now.
Yeah.
And Arizona State has not looked that impressive.
We also forgot to mention that they did get an invite to the Big 12, which they're probably going to accept.
No, they did.
Oh, they already did? They did accept it.
So they're in.
They're in?
Yeah. Arizona State has played Southern Utah and UNLV this year, and that's it. So they haven't played anyone. They're up to 19. BYU has, let me pull up BYU again. They knocked off Arizona and they beat Utah last week. Who do you got?
I don't know.
I'm going BYU.
I'll go with BYU. Why not?
BYU is. So we haven't been talking about this on air on the podcast, but we've mentioned how just to each other how we wanted anarchy for the college football playoff this year for teams getting in. Step 1 already happened. Ohio State lost. Clemson's lost. If Clemson gets tripped up again, they're out, which I think they will. I think either North Carolina or I don't know, who else do they play this year? Let me look. Hang on. Miami, maybe. I think they get tripped up again on this trip because they got Wake Forest. Okay, so they have Wake Forest, NC State, Georgia Tech. This isn't in order. I'm just looking at it. I can see them getting tripped up by NC State because they're at NC State. They go to Pittsburgh, and then they're at South Carolina to end the year. So I could see them getting tripped up by quite a few of the teams on this list that they play.
Yeah, you might be right.
I don't know if Clemson gets in. Ohio State, they're not getting in because I think they lose to Penn State.
You mean Clemson not getting? Clemson's getting in.
No, I don't think they do.
Why not?
I think Clemson gets tripped up again, so that'll be their second loss.
Oh, that's true.
And then I think Alabama's going to be the only one from the SEC because Bama's going to beat Florida. Florida's going to beat Georgia. Yeah. And then we're going to have A&M that's just going to be, lost to Bama, and that's it. Which would leave the door wide open for, Bama, the winner of the Big Ten, which is either Iowa or Penn State. Oklahoma might get tripped up on the year, too. They still got to go to, right? They're at home against Iowa State.
They'll win that game.
They also go to Kansas State.
They'll win that game, too.
I don't know about that one. K-State is on a mission this year. If you haven't watched them play this year, bud, they have been on a mission. And that mission is to destroy everyone ahead of them. They have Nevada this week. They'll play at Oklahoma State before they play Oklahoma. If I'm in the Big 12, I'm worrying about Kansas State right now. I'm worrying about them. I'm worrying about Oklahoma State, and I'm worrying about Iowa State if I'm Texas or if I'm Oklahoma.
You think?
Yeah, there's a lot of teams in the Big 12 that I'm worrying about if I'm Oklahoma.
Iowa State's the biggest outlier.
Well, of course, Iowa State's the biggest threat right now. And then Oklahoma still plays Texas. I don't know. Texas surprised them before. They still might.
No, they'll beat Texas.
I'm just saying there is the possibility. I'm not saying that they're going to beat Texas. I'm just saying that possibility is there. Because it's the Red River rivalry and it's always unpredictable. Oklahoma still has to play Nebraska.
They'll beat Nebraska.
Yeah, you think? Anyway, they still have to play Nebraska, play West Virginia before they play Texas. So let's go through this Big 12 schedule they start. There's 3 teams they have to go through. They have to play home against West Virginia, at Kansas State, and then the Red River rivalry at Texas. Then they have a break in the middle of their schedule. They play TCU, Kansas, and Texas Tech. Then they're at Baylor, home versus Iowa State, and in Stillwater to end the year.
Whose schedule is this again?
This is Oklahoma. You're telling me Oklahoma's going to win all of those games?
I mean, they might have.
They're going to get tripped up maybe once or twice. Once for sure, twice maybe. If Kansas State doesn't beat them, then they lose to Texas. And then if they don't lose to Iowa State, they'll lose to Oklahoma State.
I don't know.
I don't see them getting out of the Big 12, really. And even then, they have to play whoever's in second again in the Big 12 championship. Whether that's Iowa State or Oklahoma State or Kansas State or Baylor or Texas, whoever it is.
Who knows? It's still early in the season, so.
Very much so. It very much is. Well, we have our pick'ems for this week. Make of them what you will. Tommy, next week we'll do a brand new podcast because we're going to have to going forward now.
Oh, yeah, pretty much.
So, you want to just announce it now?
So we're going to start reviewing Dark Side of the Ring.
Because that starts tonight on Vice. It kicks off with Luna Vachon.
That's going to be an interesting one.
Oh, it's going to be fantastic. So we're going to be doing our own separate... We've done it before. We've done a separate wrestling podcast before. But
That was like a special episode. Like, what was it? The last episode of ECW? WWE ECW?
I can tell you here in a second, actually. The last time that we did just a separate wrestling podcast. Because we're going to have to do it going forward.
Yeah, you're kind of right.
It was after All Out.
That was like an emergency one.
No, that was an official Big Time Talkers podcast. All Out Fallout was another one separate. But yeah, going forward, we're going to be doing a separate wrestling podcast. We don't even know we're going to title it yet.
Yeah, we don't even either.
I don't know. You want to do Dark Side of BTT? I don't know. We'll come up with a name. It'll be something.
It will be something.
Big Time Grapplers?
I don't know. We can think about it later.
Yeah. Also, big projects in the works right now for the channel.
Shh, don't tell them.
It's a little teaser. It's going to be, this is quite the endeavor that me and Tommy are embarking on this. The amount of research that we're pouring in for this is
ludicrous.
Oh my god, yeah. So, we haven't even started recording it yet, we're still in the research stage, but when it's out, oh my god.
It's a big one.
Yeah. It might be a multi-parter, and we might be doing more going forward.
But yeah, we might be doing it.
Might. Keyword. Also, Extreme Rules is coming up. What is that, the 26th? So we have, it's a week, 26th, that's a Sunday.
Oh.
So a week from Sunday, we'll be doing another live stream with a third man. Who's the third man?
We'll find out. Just tune into the live stream that day.
Yeah, we'll be live streaming Extreme Rules and our live reactions. We'll have picks for that. I'll have to get his picks beforehand. He's gonna mop the floor with us.
Oh, absolutely.
Your titles. Oh, can we reveal what the punishment is?
We already did.
Did we? Well, let's just remind the folks. The punishment for the losing guy is you have to take a wrestling move from the other two.
I thought it was just theirs that they're choosing.
Well, yeah, a wrestling move.
Okay.
It's, I'm not as like, oh yeah, you have to take a chop. No, it's like, if the other guy wants to do a Canadian Destroyer to you, you've got to do a Canadian Destroyer.
Oh, okay.
I don't think any of us are that athletic enough for it.
No, absolutely not.
But, like I said, who knows what he's going to give you? Good God. But anyway, that has been this episode of Big Time Talkers. Next week, we'll be doing something incredible. Tommy still needs to watch the Danbury Trashers documentary so we can review that.
Watch that tonight.
Yeah, and we'll do a review of that because that is incredible. No, we will. You'll watch it and you'll realize it deserves a review.
Yeah.
Because it's one of my favorite documentaries that have come out in the last few years that I've watched. But yeah, that's been this episode of Big Time Talkers. Tommy's been playing Destiny this whole time.
Oh, can you hear my controller vibrate?
Yes, you can. And the sticks.